Hey, we're live from New York. We're live from New York. Cheers, let's go. Welcome back. That's a different one I'm trying today. That's Kid Capri's new song. We're live from New York. Nice little club banger. But you know, you gotta rock with the kid if you want to get down with it. It's a nice one. It's tough. Hey, so welcome back. 2025-26 season. We here. Today we sipping on a garage beer. It's by the Kelsey brothers. Jason and Travis. It's kind of tasty. It's a nice little lime beer. I just saw the can. I thought it was cool. So we good. So hey, welcome back. Season number 5. It's been a nice run. We're going to get in it. We got opening games tonight. We got the Rockets and OKC. The Rockets are starting a crazy lineup. The smallest guy is 6'8", Amir Thompson, KD, Jabari Smith Jr., Sagoon, and Stevie Adams. Wow lineup. Against OKC, who, of course, they're already going to start their 7-footers. Then the second half, the second slate is the Lakers and the Golden State Warriors. Actually, I'm kind of excited, and y'all know how I feel. LeBron is out for a little while. So I want to kind of see what it looks like with Luka running the show. Luka back, looking slim. So it's going to be fun, man. We got a lot going on in the league. I think the league is exciting right now, man. Based on the summer, some of the new talent we got in the league, some of the trades we'll talk about. The Curry brothers are playing together, but I think Seth got cut the other day. I got to double check that. I didn't go back and look it up. This could be LeBron's last run. He didn't officially retire, but this could be it for the James family in LA. Giannis got all his brothers. He got the whole damn family in Milwaukee. And the league is a lot better when Giannis is playing. So I'm kind of excited for him. AD came into camp overweight. That's a little concerning. Maybe it's good for his bones, but AD doesn't look in shape. So maybe it wasn't Luka's fault. It could be a Dallas thing. So I'm curious to see how this plays out with AD for the season. I was worried we weren't going to have Russ on the roster, but Russ is in Sacramento. Thank you, Sacramento, Doug Christie and company. I think that I really like the roster. There's a lot of talent down there. It's going to be a little crazy, a lot of shooters. But Russ may end up starting year 18. They got Dennis Schroeder. He had a great European summer, but it's still Russ. So the league is good. So we're going to talk about a lot of things today. We're going to talk a little bit about the draft. We're going to talk about all the trade, the signing activities that went on. Then we'll talk a little bit about the teams that we have. Sorry about that. We'll talk about the teams to watch, the top 5 teams in the league right now as I see them. And then in the next few episodes, we'll dive in deeper by conference. But we're gonna get it going so you all can watch this for tonight. So going back to the draft, we knew who the number 1 pick was going to be. And if you've seen them play to this point, I don't think you're going to question who it is. Cooper Flagg is that guy. I think when it's all said and done, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. And he'll have a great career. Barring injuries, of course. The kid can just flat out play. He's 6'8", 6'9". He can shoot. He can handle it. As my cousin said, he got a nice little wiggle when he put the ball on the ground. The kid can play. He can rebound. He'll dunk on you. I think I'm gonna talk a little bit about Dallas, but I think him. I don't know what Cuban did or what kind of basketball gods Cuban has to get this pick to happen, but he got it, and so be it. So that's one. Dylan Harper, Ron Harper's son. He'll be nice. He was at number 2. But the thing with Dylan is in San Antonio. San Antonio has a lot of young talent, and he's actually playing behind Castle, the Rookie of the Year last year. So he might be a 6-man. He'll get some burn. He'll play. because you also have Fox there. So they're guard heavy, real guard heavy. Number 3 went to VJ Edgecombe. And I'm not going through all. I'm going to give you 1 through 5. And then number 7 is just one of my favorites because he's from Chicago. VJ, the Sixers, from what I hear, are healthy right now. Paul George won't be back. And it's probably good that Paul George is out there. He'll give VJ a little bit of time to shine before Paul George comes back. The big guy's supposed to be here. Embiid's supposed to be playing. So we'll see if Embiid's there. And then Maxey is back. Maxey should be back soon. I should say soon. Not the start of the season, but soon from his injury. Now, here's a kid I really like, and he showed out in the Summer League, and he got a hooping family. Kyle Kneppel. He can play. Actually, he's one of these kids that in the Duke system, we didn't see his full bag. In the Summer League, we got to see him put it on the ground. We saw him rebound, shoot, everything, the whole 9. I like him. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out for him. But I think he'll have a good season. They're young. LaMelo's back. They'll be all over the place. The next guy, Ace Bailey. So Ace started with a little bit of drama. As far as did he want to go to the Jazz? Where was he going to go? Blah, blah, blah. But I think everything played out fine. He'll be okay in Utah. He'll probably shine. They don't have a lot. Lauri Markkanen, Walker Kessler. He'll shine. The other rookie I want to talk about is Jeremiah Fears. Chicago boy with Joliet. He's a bucket. The bottom line is kid can score. He can just flat out score. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does. And he's with the Pelicans. Jordan Poole is there now. Not sure how that's going to play out, but Jordan Poole is there. Jose Alvarado. So he can probably outplay both of them and get some minutes, to be honest. So the draft was good. I think rookie of the year, it'll go Cooper Flagg. It won't even be. It won't be close. Number 2 might be Kneppel or Fears. That's how I see it. But we'll see how that plays out. So now we got the young guys out the way. And I'm sorry, man. I ain't been in his basement. I got a little gnat flying around. Free agency was out of control this summer. Like literally out of control. Guys got traded, got signed. Some big names. Some old names. Some crazy names. Some people got some money. SGA got the extension Supermax, 4 years, $285 million. Devin Booker got 2 years, $145 million. I think that makes him the highest paid. Paolo Banchero got 5 years, $287 million. Like these guys, they made some money. Like guys made money. That's why I say the NBA is in a great place. The second, keep going down the line, it was so much movement, and I'm going to just go through some of these and the impacts. So we finally got Bradley Beal and KD out of Phoenix. So KD goes to Houston, as we talked about. KD is in Houston. And then Bradley Beal, he took the buyout, and he's with the Clippers. I'll talk about the Clippers in a little bit when I talk about the teams, but I don't know if I'm really mad at Beal going to the Clippers. I don't know if I'm really mad at it. The second move, CP3 is back with the Clippers. And maybe this is his last hurrah. I won't even say leadership. I don't know what that is. We talked about KD going to the Rockets, right? That was a big 17, unprecedented trade. Then you had a lot of, the next biggest one probably after those guys was the Michael Porter Jr. for Cam Thomas. It was a match for match, but I think they were trying to move on from Michael Porter Jr. Contract coming up. Cam is a little less. He's about $15 million less than Michael Porter over 2 years. Michael Porter had a very interesting summer. He talked a whole bunch about a whole lot of nothing. He needs to leave the gambling conversations alone. Then Marcus Smart to the Lakers. Not a big to do. I like it just for the simple fact he brings a little more defense because they don't have a lot of defense in the backcourt. So this will bring them a little more defense in the backcourt. We talked about Dennis Schroeder and Russ going to the Kings. Miles Turner to the Bucks. Not very impactful, honestly. You lost Brook Lopez. I might even argue Brook is better. He's a better shooter, larger. But Milwaukee is in a bad place right now. That Dame, I didn't talk about that one. Dame back to Portland. They finally got over that. Man, that was just a bad trade. I told you that when it happened 2 years ago. That was a bad trade. And the irony of all of that, Dame goes back to Portland. Guess where Drew Holiday ends up? Drew Holiday is important. So he'll be the backfield till Dame gets over his injury. So wild little story. Cole Anthony to the Bucks, looking at the big picture with the Bucks. Again, doesn't move the needle, gives them a little bit of shooting. They just got a hodgepodge. They got guys that can play basketball. You got Porter, you got Gary Trent Jr., you got Bobby Portis. You got the kid that can shoot. But what's their identity? Who are they? Giannis and his merry men. Like, I don't know what they have. Kuzma's there too. Kuz didn't look good last year. So I don't know what's going to happen with all of that. Another quiet move, Jordan Clarkson to the Knicks. This move I really like because it gets the Knicks some depth. And we all know Jordan Clarkson can score. So this gives them a little, and even now, Josh Hart is out for a few weeks. So now you got Clarkson. And he's probably a better offensive player. Maybe not a better all-around player, but he's a better offensive player than Hart. And here's a sad one, man. Kevin Looney to the Pelicans. We've been watching Looney since he was a rookie in Golden State. He's been there for all of the championship runs. Every time they bring in a big guy, they get hurt. Looney is always there, man. So shout out to Kevin Looney, man. I hope he does great down there. He can ride off into the sunset. As I go down my list, here's another one I like. Now, like I say, some of these are they're not big moves, but they could be impactful. So we know that Malik Beasley got in trouble, and he's been cleared, but he's still unsigned. Detroit, and shout out to you, Mikey, because I like this move. Detroit went and picked up made a trade for Duncan Robinson. Now, if you all know me, one thing you know is I like Duncan Robinson. He'll bucket. And I think now, if you look at the volume that Malik Beasley was able to shoot, Duncan Robinson is probably going to give you that and then some. Because he can shoot. He's probably one of the best shooters in the league. So, I like that move. The next move, I think we're going through all the big ones. Oh, yeah, this one. DeAndre Ayton to the Lakers. I get it. DeAndre Ayton was the number one pick. I'm a Jackson Hayes fan. And why I say that, because with Luka, Jackson Hayes can get up and down the floor. He can run. He can, block some shots. Ayton may be a better rebounder, maybe a little better interior defender. So you'll get that. But this Lakers lineup, I'm not even talking about the Lakers today. I'll talk about them when we talk about the West. I don't have the energy. They get me too upset. But that was the Lakers move. And I think that covers all the moves that I had. So, like I said, there were some very big moves of big names that we kind of knew they'd be moving on. Phoenix has been disassembled. D-Book is down there alone. Houston, probably a big-time contender. Right, that move maker. The Clippers, can they stay healthy? Right, so with that being said, I want to talk about my teams to watch before I go to my top 5 teams and players and the breakout. So when I look at the teams to watch, and these are my teams that are not necessarily in my top 5, but before the season is said is done, they're going to make some noise, and they will probably be in the top 5. My first one is the Mavs. And I know this one comes down to health. At the end of the day, this one is all about how healthy can this team be. And I don't know if they can be healthy. That's just it. Kyrie will be back, but listen to this roster without Kyrie. They're going to start Cooper Flag. They got D'Lo. Remember, they picked up D'Lo last year. You got an overweight AD, and maybe he'll get in playing shape. You got Klay Thompson and Derek Lively. Healthy. As of right now, all healthy. Then coming off the bench, you got P.J. Washington, you got Gafford, you got Max Christie. Max Christie's been playing very well. He's probably going to take Klay's minutes, and Klay's going to end up on the bench. Now, you take that lineup, you give it a month to play in jail, and Kyrie might be available by Christmas break. So now the second half of the season, I can see where they can make a run because there's just too much talent. The other team I like are the Clippers. And I always like the Clippers. The Clippers always come down to an injury. But this lineup, Bradley Beal, James Harden, Kawhi, John Collins, and my boy Zubac. Then you got Brook Lopez, Batum, and Brogdon Bogdanovic, and CP3 coming off the bench. Very experienced team. So, they're definitely capable of being injured and out. And we know Harden probably a little overweight. Kawhi might be good now if I don't think the league has looked any further into his off-the-court financial packages, I'll say. But for right now, everybody's healthy and ready to go. Now, the two other teams I like are the young teams. The Pistons and the Magic. Now, I told you the Pistons already picked up Duncan Robinson. Cade is on the verge of being All-NBA like he was last year, and he's probably going to just be there. Azure Thompson, the other Thompson brother, he came out of his shell. Then you got Jalen Duren. Only problem, and Tobias Harris, that's a little bit of leadership. They just are a little light. Jaden Ivey is still out. I don't think they have a lot of depth, but I think the core of the team can get you a lot of wins in the East because the East is not super heavy. The other team in the East, and they're healthy now, Suggs is back, is the Magic. And we saw the Magic near the end of the season. They kind of came to play, right? You got Wagner, you got Banchero. Even though they traded Cole away, they got Desmond Bane, which I think is a great pickup. It gives you a little toughness. You get a defensive identity, and he can score and shoot. And you got the Wagner brothers, right? So I like the Magic. I like the Pistons being young and seeing what they can do. So those are my teams to watch. Just, keep an eye on them, see how they progress during the season. It's not a bad beer. Now, as far as the power rankings go in my top 5 teams, and again, I'm going to bite one off my boy Stephen A. The list is fluid. Every week something can happen, but right now, and honestly, it would take a lot for this list to change. I could probably tell you who's going to be in the NBA Finals from this list. So number 1 is OKC. They're still the defending champs. Nothing changed. Everybody got the bag. All they did was get better. I think we proved that SGA is probably the one, if not second best player in the league. I'm gonna say 1. I'll tell you who number 2 is in a second, but I'm gonna say he's the best player in the league right now. And those guys came along and they developed, and we've seen it, and they re-signed them. That was the key. Number 2. I'm going back to the Cavs of last year. Now, they're going to start off a little banged up. I think Strus is out, maybe gone, but they picked up Lonzo. So, I'm kind of happy. Lonzo's back, and he'll give them some depth on the bench. So, Lonzo's back. So, I got the Cavs. They match up well. We just didn't get to see what they could have been at full strength down the tail end of the season. Number 3 are the Knicks. The Knicks are ready, man. It's time, man. Go out there and win one for the city of New York, man. Like I said, you picked up Jordan Clarkson. You brought everybody back. They got a little banged up near the end of the playoffs, and that's a part of playoffs, right? But Brunson probably going to be an MVP candidate this year, man. The kid is just amazing. So I got the Knicks at number 3. Number 4 and 5, I'm torn, but I'm going to go forward with the Nuggets. And as long as Jokic is putting his gym shoes on and walking out there to play, I would go with Jokic. I think Cam Thomas might give you a little more consistency than Michael Porter Jr. You got Tim Hardaway. You got Struthers. They just re-signed Broom. And they brought back Bruce Bowen. That's probably the biggest thing they could have done was bring Bruce Bowen back. That's probably why they didn't bring Russ back. They brought Bowen back. Gives them that defense that they were missing. You remember last year, they just missed somebody on the wing that could be that lockdown defender. So he's back. Number 5, the Houston Rockets. I think KD, this is probably going to be the easiest 25 to 30 points KD has ever had in his career. He is not going to have to do much with the guys around him. And I know Van Fleet is out for a while, but I think Amir Thompson is going to be a superstar. Seguin is going to be a star. Jabari Smith is going to be a very good player. But all of these guys can score. And that takes the pressure off of KD. That's a lot of pressure gone. And you don't have to rely on it. And you know at the end of the game, you know who's getting the ball and who can get you a bucket. It's very simple. So that's who I like. So that's my top 5 power rankings right now. You may disagree, but like I always say, man, just drop something in the comments. We'll talk about it and we can see what's what. Top 5 players. I'm going to say that for last, but I want to give you my players to watch, my breakout players this year. These are the guys that I think are going to turn the corner, scratch all NBA, either first through third team, probably second, third team, definitely make the All-Star game. And I'm going to say the first one's Cooper Flag. Cooper Flag's going to the All-Star game. One, it's a money move. He's going to make it. But I think Cooper Flag is going to really be a rookie that we haven't seen in a while come in and just make an impact. This guy did the same thing his rookie year. Banchero, he about to up his game to another level, man. A full year, hopefully healthy. I think he's gonna he can do it all. And he's gonna put the Magic on his shoulders and get them through the playoffs. Now this one I'm on the fence about, but I think it's his time to shine. We know what he's capable of. Michael Porter Jr. I think he might just get a little more freedom because he could really be the number 1 guy down there. So he's the number 1 guy and he's going to get a lot of shots up. So you look for him to get a lot of shots and then that's where we go. The next guy coming back off of injury, the next 2 guys, we just need them to be healthy, man, because they're so good. LaMelo and Zion Williamson, we just need them healthy, man. If they can be healthy, they both can be truly amazing. And we know what Melo could do. We know what Zion could do. Zion looks better, looks a little slimmer, changed his diet. Maybe he talked to Luka, whatever. But he looks good. So hopefully those 2 guys can turn the corner. Now, both of their teams are going to be bad. Eventually, they're going to have to look to get out of there and go to a contender. But right now, 25 plus, need to see him in the All-Star game. So watch out for these guys. Now, my top 5 players for the season. I already told you who one is, SGA. He's the best in the game right now. I think we're about to go back and see old Luka. He's going to have an opportunity to dominate the ball. So this first month and a half, we might see some ridiculous numbers out of Luka. He looks to be in better shape. They are going to run the ball. They're going to push the ball a lot. Watch that. Because they're just going to push the ball a lot. I ain't going to tell you the why. But this team is going to be a lot faster, a Showtime Lakers style of play. And Luka's going to thrive in it. There's going to be a lot of, Aiton's going to eat off a lot of lobs. Rui's going to get a lot of lobs. Austin Reed's going to get a lot of open 3-point shots. This is what the Lakers are going to look like. And then he's going to be knocking on triple-double, averaging triple-double. So I like Luka at number 2. May take over as number 1, depending on how far it goes. Giannis not going to have any choice but to dominate the ball. He might average, 35-15 to start off the season. It's going to be something crazy because they just don't, unless Kuz and Kevin Porter get going and score some points. A lot of this is going to rely on Giannis to keep this team in the games. Number 4 is KD, and KD could easily slide up to number 3. I just think the thing now with KD is he's not going to have to do as much. But when he is needed, it's going to be easy. Easy. It's going to be super easy for him this year. Oh, excuse me. Now, number 5 was kind of hard. I was looking at, you still got Steph, you got Brunson, and you got Anthony Edwards. I should have put Anthony Edwards in my breakout. He's done well, but I think he needs to turn the corner. We need a little bit more out of AE so we can start talking about him in those top 3 to 4 or 5 players. I think he needs to turn that corner. I think Brunson turned it. I think Brunson will probably be that 5th guy that's going to be in the MVP conversation. And Steph is Steph. I just think the Warriors, we're about to see the transition. They still have a little bit of youth. You got Jimmy, and like I said, when we dive into the teams, we'll talk a little bit more about the Warriors and where they are, all the drama they have with Kuminga, but Kuminga's there right now. For now, he's there. So we'll talk about it. So, all right, guys. Hey, we getting started. I just wanted to get out here, give you something to watch before the first game. Like I said, we're gonna deep dive by conference over the next few weeks. Talk a little bit more about these teams, what the forecast looks like. Do they need to make some trades? All of that. So we're gonna get into it. But then I want to let you one more thing. I know you guys have been asking about it. So I'm going to give you a play for tonight. And I don't know if you use Underdog. Like on Underdog, they got a Kevin Durant free play tonight, 0 points. So if you're on Underdog, you could throw that with this. Luka over 30.5 points. Podrinsky over 12.5 points. SGA over 32.5 points. And then take Amir Thompson over 26.5 PRA. That ought to get you there. That'll get you about plus 600. So, hey, thank y'all again. I'm looking forward to this season. Let's get after it. Enjoy these games tonight. And let's do this thing, man. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Turn on your notifications. And let's enjoy it, man. Y'all have a great one. Thank you.